My name is Garrett G. I'll just kind of act like we've never met before and give you a little bit of background on myself and my company. If you'll forgive me, I'm going to sit. I just came straight from soccer practice. Legs are feeling like jelly. Don't know if I could stand up the whole time. My name's Garrett. I was born here in Provo. I am a full-time student at BYU. I'm captain of the soccer team. And when I was a freshman at BYU, I had an idea and started a company called Scan. I teamed up with two other BYU students. I was a freshman, they were seniors, and together we built Scan. And there's two parts to Scan. There's the mobile app that enables users to scan QR codes and barcodes. If you scan a QR code, as you can see examples up there, it takes whatever necessary action. A like on Facebook, goes to whatever website, takes the necessary action. If you scan a barcode off of a product, then it's going to tell you information about that product. It's going to do a price check, tell you where you can find it on Amazon, and other useful information. So that was the mobile app. The other half of the business is the website, where any business or individual can come to our website, as you see here, and generate their own custom code and choose what it's going to do. If you're a business trying to grow your following on Facebook, then you easily create a Facebook code. If you're trying to grow your following on Instagram, Twitter, there's a whole list, a whole menu of different things you can achieve through this website. So that's what Scan started as. Let me tell a little bit about kind of the grand vision of Scan. When we're working and we're deciding what we're going to work on next within Scan, our mindset is this: how do we take something that is currently possible in the digital online world, and how do we enable that in the real world? Basically, we want to take what the internet can do and bring that about in our real lives, whether that is a Facebook like, or more intensely, say like the Amazon Buy Now button. How cool if I'm in a store and I can literally like tap on a product to purchase that product. It's that we're trying to achieve. And obviously, that's a big goal, but how cool will it be if, I mean, go back like 20 years before the internet really started to like, be used. And it was one of those things where people think like, oh, this internet thing, it's kind of a fad, it's for techies, it's not really ever going to catch on. And look at where it is today. And so how cool if, right now we're this small startup based here in Provo, but if 20 years from now, people are thinking like, remember when we used to only use the internet like on the internet? And now thanks to Scan and other cool technologies, like we can do that in our real lives. We're not always staring at our phones, staring at our laptops. We're out and about living our lives, but still taking these meaningful and powerful digital actions. That's what we're trying to achieve at Scan. So for us, the next step and what we've recently launched is basically what I mentioned as the Amazon Buy Now button, but in the real world. So we created a QR code that can accept payments, transactions, and donations. And so a few examples of use cases would be on my phone, the lock screen is a QR code that is linked to my personal bank account. So if I'm out with my friends and they need to send me money, it's similar to Venmo, where if they don't have cash but they have their smartphone, they can simply scan my phone and send me $7, $10, whatever it is. Another example would be Girl Scouts of America. They have their stands, they're selling their cookies that everybody loves, but they only accept cash and checks. Very old school. And so they missed out on a lot of payments, especially with people like me who don't carry cash, don't carry checks, ever. And so, yeah, they were missing out on their payments. Well, now they place one of these codes that they've created that's linked to whatever bank account they choose, put that on their product, put that by their stand so that somebody like me comes along. I don't have cash, I don't have check, but I have my smartphone. So I can scan that and still make the payment. And so talking about Venmo and a few other people in this space, I'll bring up Square as well. This is how what we're building differentiates. Is Venmo is peer-to-peer payment. Works perfectly and very useful, but you and I need to know each other for me to send you money. This differs in I can send it to a business, a band, a company that I really don't know on a peer-to-peer basis. That kind of sets us apart from Venmo. And then you see Square. Square, most of the time, needs that little piece of hardware to take the credit card swipe, or there needs to be a barista, cashier. Basically, there needs to be a person present. So we're giving you that still like that cool Square-esque magical transaction experience, but without a person being present. So now you can make that purchase with a magazine ad, a mailer, maybe a bill that you get in the mail that is just a piece of paper. Situations where a person isn't present is where, where a sale wasn't possible before can now become a point of sale. So technically how it works, if you're a user and you've downloaded our app, you scan one of these codes for your first time, you enter in your credit card information manually, at which point you can securely save it. So from then on, it's scan, choose which credit card you want to use, and in one tap, you're done. And so this is brand new. We launched it live about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago. I've been using it on my phone for about 3 months, and it's been fun. A little addicting, a little too easy to spend money, and basically I find myself wanting to spend money because of how easy it is, but that's what we recently launched. I'm excited to be here today and get your feedback and hear some of your questions because this is brand new and we're still learning, like, okay, we've built this really cool technology with so much opportunity and possibilities, like so much potential. Where does it go now? I mentioned we pushed it live about 2 weeks ago, and so far we really have just sat back and saw like how are businesses gonna use this technology. Going back to the background of Scan, started it about 2-3 years ago when I was a freshman. We raised $1.7 million as a seed round from Google Ventures and a handful of other angel investors. We moved to San Francisco for a year, kind of developed some meaningful relationships we needed with Apple, Twitter, Facebook, other groups like that. And then we moved back to our beloved town of Provo, at which point we raised a seed round, a second round of $7 million from some international investors, and ever since then have been building this as a small team of 7 individuals based in that building right across the way. Yeah, and so that's Scan. Thanks, everybody.